So, in about 2 days, the dreadnoughts might stop being the largest ships in the game. I mean, I believe most of you guys have already seen the leaks that unfortunately happened, and well, I'm 100% sure that the developers are very happy to see the update leaked, and I'm 100% sure that that's definitely not going to affect any future updates on anything that's going to be freshly added to the game. So yeah, a lot of damage has already been done, and we will see what will happen on the next big update. I mean, I'm recording this on Monday. Actually, no. Let me take a look at the date. Yeah, it's Monday. Well, almost Tuesday. So, today I'll be flying a lot of ships, and I'll have some very nice kills for you today. And this week we killed one spaceman. Now, somehow, by some unfortunate bad luck, I have deleted the recording where we killed the spaceman, but I made a short video about it. It's uploaded. It's basically I think one of the last shorts that I have uploaded on the channel. Now let me quickly scroll down. There's a lot of kills here, I know, but there is a spaceman. So let me quickly cover this spaceman. It was a perfect log-off trap, and they have avoided us. The spaceman pilot did avoid me and my friends, so we basically had to do the log-off trap, and I'm very happy that the spaceman got scrambled by my ship first, because they literally landed right on top of my Macarial, and this was a very, very satisfying and a very, very nice kill. Now the build on this ship is a classic, I would say a high sec build. Definitely not something that I would use in low sec, because, well, this is what happens when you do that. Definitely not something that is quite comfortable to experience. I haven't experienced losing a spaceman yet. Hopefully that doesn't happen. The medium slots have dual webs, painters, and a large neutralizer, which, you know, is okay, can pass. After all, this uses missiles, and the painters do help a lot. One thing that's poking my eyes here is that Barghest Voyage Channel core. It is a golden core. So yeah, definitely a expensive ship. The ship actually looked really nice. I loved the color on it, but unfortunately, yeah, I deleted that video. Not really sure how that happened, but yeah. And they also had scanning rigs, which is a little bit weird. The emission scope rigs. Well, they reduced the source radius, which I think the idea behind this build was to get a scanning notification if someone scans you, but a dedicated fleet or dedicated pilots will have a dedicated scanning ship, which will be able to scan your ship down even if you have those anti scan rigs. And this actually these rigs are improving the scanner. Not really sure what build did they really want to do on this spaceman. We can take a look at the all module list, and they had integrations. They obviously had integration. Only one integration. Everything else was basically normal. But yeah, this is a very was a very interesting kill that I love to share with you guys. And unfortunately, I didn't. Well, I did record it, but since I suck at, well, sometimes it happens, and for some reason I somehow deleted it. So yeah, my apologies for that. But in any case, with that being said, it will be time to undock. I'll start I think the first couple of videos will be solo, and then slowly it will progress towards something a bit more different, and then the relation will make a appearance at some point in the video. Well, with that being said, let's jump right in. Okay, I am undocking with the Stratios, which means that we have one battlecruiser, usually a sniper assault battlecruiser. My favorite ship to use against these ships is the Stratios because it can be extremely sneaky and it has a lot of points. And it has a good tank, which is what I need when I am engaging one of these ships. They were at about, I would say, 60 to 100 kilometers, but I'll warp at 86, 88, 89 kilometers. 81. Or 85, well, can't really decide what distance to take, but they should be around that distance. I usually measure the distance before I warp in, so that I have a perfect landing spot. With the Stratios, it's not really as important, but since you want to be as close as possible to them with this ship, it's important that you find a excellent warping position and the optimal distance as well. Okay, well, this is one of the best warpings I've ever had, and this is going to be a quick tackle. This is basically the ideal distance and ideal situation that you want to happen when you are tackling one of these ships. They have been scrambled and webbed immediately. They are using the beam lasers. Beam lasers at this range will simply lack tracking to hit your ship. Even if I am webbed, they are webbed as well, and that means their turrets will not be able to track my ship, and I am safe from the big lasers coming from the Oracle. These ships are usually full snipe built, no tank whatsoever, and usually they are quite easy to deal with once they get tackled. And I really love to shoot them. It's a very satisfying thing to do with the Stratios. The Stratios is a low-sec killing machine. It's a fantastic ship for the job. Okay, oh nice, I got some nice tasty C-type beam lasers. Always nice when they drop, they are expensive, and I need ISK for the new boats that are coming in.
Warp drive active.
Let's cloak and let's see the kill value of that ship. Should be pretty good. After all, they were using the C-type lasers and they are known to be quite pricey. Okay, I heard 91 million ISK. Pretty good. Pretty solid. And that was a nice first kill for today. 46 million loot, I'll take it. Okay, let's go to the next target. We have another battlecruiser, another assault battlecruiser. This time it is a Talos. Now this Talos is a bit suspicious. When I say suspicious, they didn't seem to have an inner core. They didn't seem to have anything on their ship, but they seem to be moving, and that means I'll probably have to do the sneaky tackle thing, or the intercept tactic, or the double warp tactic. I mean, there's a lot of different tactics that you can use, and on this channel I show you all the tricks that you can expect. I think I literally showed you all the tricks that are currently working in the game, and they are highly effective. I mean, I've been doing this for like 3 years, and definitely when it comes to hunting and when it comes to finding a good warp in and when it comes to PvP in general, I'm quite good at that. Well then, 35 kilometers. Okay, well, they moved. They were about 100, I would say, but now they have approached. Now the railguns they have a good range, but they have very poor tracking, and they are using, yeah, they're using the rifled railguns. That's the effect of the rifled railguns, and based on the distance that they are currently using, I would say that they don't have much range, which tells me a couple things. I can expect a tank, or the pilot might not know how to use that ship, or perhaps it has full-on DPS, but based on the speed at which they are shooting the other ships, I don't think that they have a lot of DPS, so not really sure what they're doing. And there seem to be a armor tank. Their ship is in armor. Now let me get a better approach angle. This is 84 kilometers, so I should warp at about
Warp drive
50,
active.
60 kilometers. I think that's about the distance that I should warp in, so let me quickly get to the planet, and then from the planet I will return to the target, and hopefully I land close by. But they are moving, and there is not really a good angle, so when I return back to the ship, I think they will still be some kilometers to the left or to the right, so I'll have to stealthily approach them regardless of the warp in distance.
Warp drive
But that's not a
active.
big deal. I've been doing this for like 3 years now, and I'm pretty much an expert in this what I'm doing right now, so shouldn't be a big problem. Unless my internet decides to do its thing. That's literally the only thing that can mess up my plans. But let's see what happens. Okay, perfect warping, perfect distance, but they were a little bit to the right, as expected, because there wasn't really a good warping to their ship. Well, not a big deal. I'll just stealthily approach, because why not? I landed pretty close by, and I would say the one thing that I suspect, I don't think that they have an afterburner or micro warp drive, because they definitely are moving slow, and since the slow Stratios can easily catch up to them, it means that they probably don't have any auxiliary thrusters. So my guess is they have a lot of stabs. That's basically what I can tell you from observing the target and based on how they behave. And this is one thing that I encourage you to try out yourself when you're hunting in lowsec, because it's very important to know and to predict what build your target has, so that you know what to expect and so that you know what approach to take in combat. Very important if you want to maximize your chances of winning. Scrambled weaped, I decided to rush a little bit and just to tackle the targets before the last ship gets killed here. They used one armor plate. Okay, that's interesting. But it looks like their armor is going down fast, so they definitely had a armor tank with an armor plate, and based on the speed they definitely did not have any micro-warp or afterburner. So let's take a look at the kill, and now let's loot and let's warp out, or let's cloak. This also works really well. The pirate ship there didn't even have time to lock me, which is good. The Megathon that's in the mission, that pirate ship. And now let me warp out.
Warp drive
That lasted surprisingly short. I expected them to have a bit more tank to it because of the plate, but it looks like they had no resistance, and having a lot of armor with no resistance is a bit weird. I don't personally like it, but I guess that's the build that they had. And let's align myself towards somewhere in space, and then let's take a look at the kill. 395 million, okay, a sniper build, an armor repair, dual plates and dual... Well, this is a very odd build, and triple warp core optimizers. I'm very glad that I took the Stratios for this job, because if I took something else, they would have escaped. And well, one example of a target escaping is going to be this this here I picked the Stabber 2. The Stabber 2 is one of my favorite ships. I basically mastered flying this thing, and I like it. I like to use it as a solo ship. I don't really enjoy flying the Stabber in a fleet. My idea with the Stabber was to create a vagabond, and it did kinda work, because this Stabber 2 does behave like a vagabond. So my mission with this ship was completed, and I honestly really do enjoy flying it. The Stabber 2 is one of the most fun to fly ships that I've ever had the chance to try out. So the next target is a Drake. Now I thought to take the Ortus for the Drake. I also thought to take some of the other ships, but eventually I just had to go yeet the Stabber 2 because I just felt like flying it. One of my favorite 1v1 ships. And there is the Drake. Pointed, and let's orbit at 17 kilometers. This ship has very nice range, and with the new skills, my optimal range with the autocannons is about 17-18 kilometers, which is fantastic news. And I have a one large Nosferatu that is going to help me a lot with the capacitor. The Drake has engaged, and the Drake has warped out. Okay, fair enough. This is one example of why a fleet is extremely crucial in low-sec nowadays, because if you are going solo, well, this is what's going to be happening almost all the time. Which is sad, because I believe that would have been a very good fight, but it's okay. I should have taken a different ship, I should have taken the Ortus, but I just wanted to take the Stabber 2 to have some fun with it, but I guess not this time. And well, speaking of the Ortus, well, I took the Ortus. Last time with the Ortus I had some very good kills. I basically had a chance to mow down a lot of ships actually, and the Ortus is also one of my favorite 1v1 ships, but the Ortus is more focused on DPS, while the
warp drive active.
Stabber 2 is more focused on tank. Next target we have one Oracle. The Ortus is actually pretty fast. Sometimes I like to use a dual prop build on the Ortus when I'm fighting a ship that has obviously a scrambler. Overall, the Ortus is a very fun to fly little boat. And there is the Oracle. Let's quickly engage. "30 kilometers, I should have enough range for that. Missiles launched, scrambled, orbiting at 0, webbed, and the Oracle has been destroyed. Nice. Let's warp out. The Ortus is one of the better solo ships because it has a lot of points. It can have a lot of points, like 10 points with dual scramblers, which is extremely useful to counter free warp core optimizers.
Warp drive active.
And this time I'll go to the Inquisitor anomaly. This Ortus can easily enter Inquisitor anomalies because it's built for close range. Don't enter Inquisitors with the Ortus if you have a long range, especially if you scan someone inside, because that's 100% a bait.
Warp drive active.
And once I finish warping, I will show you the kill. I mean, I usually do that, so I will do it this time as well.
Warp drive active.
266 million ISK. Okay. Well, pretty solid. I feel like I stole the kill, but I also added my own points to that, so that they don't escape. Usually assault battlecruisers come with a million stabs, so don't be surprised if they end up warping away almost constantly. Okay, now recently we had we had a lot of salt recently, and well, I think most of you guys are already well aware of that. So there have been a bunch of corps that kept sending some weird threats. We will kill your revelation. We will kill this. We will kill that. And you know, I do come and I wait for them. I usually come and wait for them because I mean they want to play with the revelation. I give them the chance to do that, but every time they see me like 5 systems, when I'm 5 systems close to their location, basically, they immediately vanish like they were not even there. And there was a little bubble on the gate. I decided to go and crash that little bubble with the good old revelation, but that didn't happen because they vanished. Well then, let's see if they decide to show up. I mean, they sure have a very they threw a lot of insults there, and they threw a lot of salt. Not only these guys, but a lot of other guys. And I come here and I wait for them, but they simply never show up. So yeah, that's I mean, that's to be expected. And at this moment, I'm not even fazed by that, honestly. I got used to it. The death threats, the harassment, the things like that they kept throwing at me for the last, I don't know, for the last like 8-9 months. I got pretty much used to that, so not honestly not a big deal. Although if it were someone else, it would be the end of the world for them. But you know, I got pretty much used to that, so I'm not fazed by it at all. Well then, I'll just park the chunk here and let's see if they come here. I'm very interested to see what happens. No, the revelation usually has. I actually did something very funny with the ship that I forgot to talk about. The revelation basically is now a mini Chamosh. What does that mean? Well, the Chamosh is a Blood Raider capital, and one of my favorite ships of, well, not of all time, but one of my favorite ships that I would love to fly. And with the recent buff to neutralize this, and with the buff on Nosferatus, the revelation does have a significant impact on sub-capitals now, which is quite hilarious, to be honest. Well, this space span is about to experience that. This is a space span that we killed like 2-3 weeks ago. I have no idea if I showed you this before. In the case I haven't, well, here it is. So you technically get to see 2 dead space spans today. Although unfortunately, you know, I'm so angry that I haven't recorded the previous space span. Well, I have recorded, but I failed to save the video somehow, and I'm honestly kind of angry at myself for allowing that to happen. But I guess I'll do better next time. I don't know. That's just what I think will happen here. In any case, that was a good was a good and funny kill, honestly. And surprisingly, the space bin was empty, but we got some debris, and overall I would say that was a pretty good kill. Next target, we have a Macarial. Now this Macarial seems to have the golden nanocore, although I could be wrong, and the Macarial decided to go and aggro the revelation. Well, that did not work so far, and I don't think that it will work this time as well. Players who think that I'll run when I get shot at, well, they lose their ship, just like this Macariel did lose their ship. And well, that should be a pretty juicy kill. We're about to find out. So I spent about, I don't know, like 2 hours, 3 hours waiting for that fleet to crawl out of the station, but that never really happened. So yeah, I was a bit sad. Next target we have a Balgorn. Well, the mini Chemosh is now going to be shooting at a real, well, quotation marks. Well, not quotation marks. It's actually a real Blood Raider ship. Well, thankfully, the capital neutralizers are quite efficient at killing the capacitors of the Blood Raiders. Now, if we end up getting the capacitor boosters, that will definitely significantly change how I would build a Balgorn, or how I would build the Ashimo. I would use them with neutralizers and capacitor batteries, because you can sustain the capacitor with the capacitor batteries, with the capacitor boosters. That's one way how to fly these ships. That's how I use them in EVE Online, and this is a 4.6 billion ISK Balgorn. Pretty good, pretty solid. Not going to complain about this one. It's a Balgorn, and I haven't had the chance to shoot at a Balgorn in a very long time, so very happy that I was able to catch it. Next we have a Raven. Raven warped in. Now, lately I have seen some very odd Raven builds, and surprisingly I have seen a bunch of Ravens that have the same build, basically running around in a lot of different regions of the game, and they all have like almost the same name and almost the same build. Now the capacitor on the Raven has basically been killed in one cycle. This is the Revelation with 3 neutralizers. Now I'm not going to say how much capacitor they kill in one cycle, but let's just say that Raven doesn't have any capacitor left, and I'll keep the numbers a secret for a while. But I'll also say that I have a high level neutralizer general unit, which improves the strength of the neutralizers quite a bit, and also done some other things that enhance the effectiveness of the neutralizers. So yeah, they are killing a lot of capacitor in one cycle. I use the neutralizers on this ship like I would use them on the Chemosh. Basically, this is the build that I would run on the Chemosh. One aspect of the ship that I don't really like is the fact that it doesn't have a lot of resistance. The Revelation has a bonus on armor resistance, while the Chemosh does not have that. But I'll see what I'll do with that ship. There is still time until they are released, and I'm definitely looking forward to see what I'll be able to do with them. Next we have a Tempest. Now I didn't even have enough time to park the ship here, so I basically sieged up. Well, I haven't sieged up yet, but I will do it very soon. There's a trick that basically makes your ship impossible to catch in a gate camp with the capitals, and that involves using the siege mode. Basically, once you accelerate to a certain speed, you can't stop until you reach the gate, and nothing can basically slow you down. You can add 1,000 webs, the ship will still float at the same speed, which is kind of funny. And I also love the effect of the bubble. It looks awesome. The new graphics are fantastic. And there goes the Tempest. Was a solid kill. First a Raven, then a Tempest. Interesting. And I'm still floating at 72 meters per second. I'll reach the gate at one point. 410 million ISK. A very cheap Tempest, but I would say also a very effective Tempest. Although they had some integrations there, but overall, that was a very cheap build. Next, we have another Raven. The Raven seems to be active as well, and they also seem to have a very nice nanocore. But they don't have any capacity left, and that means they are going to get blown up in a second, and this is the second Raven for today. Overall, a solid catch. Let's go to the next one. We have two Badger 2s. Well, I hope that they do drop something. It would be a waste to have two of these ships drop nothing. First one kill, let's kill the second one. And second one killed, that was a double kill. Two transport ships got yeeted, and hopefully the cargo is good. Or, well, I guess not. This is typical. First one empty, and I assume the second one was empty. Yeah, the second one was empty as well. Oh well, it's okay. A kill is a kill. Next, industrial ship, a Nerus Combat. I have seen a lot of Nerus Combat ships floating around lately. Not quite sure why they're so special, but they are quite out there nowadays. And perhaps I should try them out myself. Perhaps I can come up with something silly, as I did with the Rorqual, the Orca, and some of the other ships. Next, we have another industrial ship, a Nerus 2. Now, here I'm in the background, basically running to get my alt to tackle this Nerus, because I believe I'm not going to be able to track it. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to track it, but the capacitor of the Nerus should be depleted. You will see my alt pop in a second, or perhaps not. Well, I killed the... okay, I killed the Nerus without the webs, which is fine. Didn't expect them to impact the target, but the lasers did, so... And of course, empty. Oh well, I guess the loot fairy is not happy with us. That's fine. There'll be times when the industrial ships eventually drop something. Next, we have a prophecy that does seem to have a very nice nanocore, and the prophecy has been destroyed. Someone asked me how many kills do I have on the revelation. Well, I have no idea. It's difficult to count at this moment. I don't want to say it's impossible to count, but it's difficult to count because there's just too many kills to cover. But eventually I'll calculate all the kills and all the ISK that I destroyed, because I'm banned from the bots, and I can't do the mathematics there. I have to do it myself. A Raven, also caught in a bubble, and they are trying to do I don't really know what they're trying to do, honestly. This is basically the third Raven that I got the chance to shoot at. Seems to be active, seems to be trying to do something, but I don't think that they're going to be able to do anything, because they have been pinned down and there's a bunch of ships shooting at them, and the Raven has been destroyed. $509 million. Also, now this is the build that I basically see everywhere. This is the Raven build that my friends also see all the time, basically everywhere around the game. Now, I did attempt to catch that Drake with the stabber again, but yeah, I thought that they would try their luck and come back, but that never happened, unfortunately. So
warp drive active.
that's what happened with the stabber. Next we have a hurricane that seems to have a sleeper nanocore, but I might be wrong. Does seem to be a sleeper nanocore, but in any case, the hurricane got blown away, quite literally. And let's take a look at the kill. Well, that's definitely not a sleeper nanocore. That's a angel recruit core. Okay, well, definitely looked really good. Next we have a succubus. This is the classic Voyage core succubus. All succubus ships have the Voyage core nowadays, but there's a trick. They can't run if they don't have any capacitor, and this is where the capital neutralizers kick in. This succubus tries to run, but as most Voyage core ships, they panic because that's why they have the core for, and they didn't notice that their capacitor was empty, and they got killed. Well, that's one more Voyage core ship in the Voyage core kill list. And now we are going to be taking a look at the kill, and then we will see if my guess is correct, but that definitely looked like the Voyage core. I'm almost 100% sure that it is the Voyage core. Well, let's take a look at the kill, because it's not getting posted for some reason. Okay, let's go combat log. There's the succubus. They were missing one high slot module, and of course a golden Voyage core. They have a golden core, but they don't have all the modules installed off their ship. That's a classic. Next we have a worm, also another faction frigate that is going to be destroyed. There we go, there goes the worm. I wonder how am I going to be able to calculate all the kills that I made when my combat log gets stuck on page 700. I have so many pages. When you reach a certain number of pages, it just starts to lag. I'm not really sure if they fixed that, but I'll definitely try it out again very soon. Over 700 combat pages, total estimated about 3,590 or something, like that's the number of combat pages that I have. I don't think if I'll ever be able to reach the first page, because there's so many kills, and with the lag that happens. I mean, I'll try it out after I finish recording this video. I'll definitely try it out to see what happens. Next we have a Dramiel. I have one tasty neutralizer for the Dramiel. They now no longer have capacitor. They no longer have capacitor a second time. And the third neutralizer is if they start to move. If they start to move, I neutralize their capacitor again, so that their capacitor keeps being at 0. And well, there goes the Dramiel, destroyed. That was actually a lucky hit, because the Dramiel is a very small ship, and they're very, very difficult to hit, even if they are webbed. Let's take a look at the kill. 332 million, and this is a classic anti-scan PvP Dramiel. Well then, that was a nice run. Still feel a bit bad that I missed that Drake. Probably would have been a good fight if stabs were a bit different in the game, but in any case, I'll definitely try to get more. I'm actually currently doing recording a lot of, well, at least attempting to record a lot of solo PvP, because I enjoy that aspect of the game a lot, and I'm trying to basically do the same thing that I used to do with the army, but again with so many stabs floating around, that's a bit not impossible. I just have to be a bit more patient, and if I try, let's say, if I try that a bit more, if I try harder, I'd say I might be able to pull it off again, but with so many stabs, it's really like, if I find a non-stab ship, that's basically like winning the lottery, but I'll see what I can do about that. If not with the RB, I'll definitely do something with the Ortus or with some of the other ships that have a lot of points on their ships, but all in the low slots. But with that being said, hope that you guys enjoyed. If you would like to support me, feel free to like and subscribe. And with that being said, stay safe, fly safe, and as always, I'll see you next time.